Should I mention that we're live?
Hello, everybody.
She's been playing this for like the past 2 hours already or so.
I have not. 5 minutes. That's all.
Sure.
There's been an update, and I just wanted to check that everything was working okay. The zombies seem to be quite a bit faster. And yeah, there's now a setting where we can change the amount of monsters that we're dealing with, and there's an even higher setting than the one that we're on.
Does that mean we change now to even more zombies?
We'll see how we get on.
Right. Do I need to remind you of the title you've chosen for this series?
It's hardest.
Also involves maximum number of zombies and expert.
Yeah, but I built this. This world is balanced around a set number of zombies, which was
Fine.
the old maximum. And we will increase it to the maximum. I just don't want to do it straight away all in one go. Let's just make sure that I've got the right number of guards and stuff like that for the setting that we're on at the moment.
I wish you'd had a more organized guard thing or two.
Why?
It just looks weird if they're standing there in a conga line. You know, guard towers are nice. Anyway, have I mentioned that Bell also sitting there in the background, and he can totally see Sal having played this for hours already.
Hello.
And say hello to Joshua Buck,
And hello, Joshua.
who wants to know how we are.
Hot. Oh, it's warm. Oh, and just to warn everybody, it's so hot today that we've had to leave the window open, otherwise the computer would have cooked. So you might hear the sounds of...
People dying out in the streets, that's alright.
I doubt that somehow.
What do you mean? I had it happen before. People just screaming as if they're having some weird party and dying.
Well, there is a nightclub at the end of the street, but we won't
How
hear
dare
that
they?
this time of night. I was thinking more sirens because we're on the ambulance route and the train line.
That includes people dying if we hear sirens.
Yeah.
Joshua Buck is also waving hello to the people over there on Twitch, which I assume he
Right.
can't see.
Night
Ooh.
monster. Very high. See what happens now.
It doesn't look like the chat relay is working. I saw it already posting Belorsos' first messages to the wrong stream.
Ah.
YouTube is a lovely thing. Joshua Buck unfortunately has to leave now. He has to go to work.
Oh,
Goodbye.
that's a shame. Bye.
Well, it's better than having no job.
True. Okay, I think putting it on very high seemed to reduce the number. Maybe they stop spawning for a moment and then start respawning while they reset.
No, the thing is they stopped spawning normally, and now the game is preparing a zombie storm where they just rain the zombies down on your colony from anywhere.
Well, the other thing is apparently they might spawn where they haven't spawned before. So one of the things about the update was to just warn people that just because a zombie hadn't spawned somewhere before didn't mean it wouldn't now. Okay, I think we're doing okay. We need more trees. That's definitely a thing. We keep running out of wood.
But also points out that according to Google, it's just 22 degrees Celsius currently in Manchester, and that's still 3 degrees below maximum tolerance. You're disregarding the fact that this was a rooftop apartment.
Yeah. with a south-facing balcony, and one of the walls is made out of roof tiles. It's
Also, there's the issue
dependent
of
on
the
the wind speed.
computers having been on all day, almost.
On the what?
The computers having been on all
yeah.
day, which kind of increased the room temperature a little bit more. So, you know, this feels like around 27 degrees Celsius in this room.
Okay, so I'm going to bring that floor across and use that to start building the next layer of farms and things so that we can have extra trees.
Lieutenant Lucan appreciates the idea of a zomnado. Of, you know, zombies just swirling around in a tornado and dropping onto a colony.
Okay.
Also, he says hello, everyone.
I've got everything on very high, very high. Let's
Have you said hello to him?
to Lieutenant Lucan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you said hello to Tammy?
Oh no, I didn't. Hi, Tammy.
Oh, there
I
she
didn't know
goes.
you were there.
Look, it's the depressed boys working all alone in a place without sunlight all day.
One day we will dig them through the hillside so that they too can have windows. I just wanted to check that there was nothing untoward going on down there. Just like I wouldn't mind having a quick peek down here. Yeah, it's okay. It looks like we're alright down there.
As a reminder for those that just recently joined us, there was an update to the game today and the developers warned that zombies could spawn in other places now. Say hello to the Spotted Cow,
Hello, Spotted Cow. Good mood to you.
who got to manage to get off early today,
Oh, nice.
and it also had 27 degrees Celsius in shadow earlier today.
Wow. Yeah, the problem we've been having is just the lack of wind. The air's so still.
But also points out that all those things are true for himself too. A rooftop apartment, south-facing, PCs on all the time, but for him it's still tolerably warm. With it being 20 degrees Celsius over there too.
Well,
Maybe you
I
just have a
can
higher
take-
tolerance.
well, I can take the heat. I don't mind the heat, but my computer doesn't like it.
I doesn't like it too. Yeah,
Me,
that's
it
that's
doesn't
good
like
phrasing.
it at all.
Tammy points out that it's 32 degrees over there. Well, how about we just all grieve existence together?
How did this look? Let's see.
I thought you'd just quickly take the floor over. You wouldn't do the entire wall.
Well, I've got to build this part of it so that I've got something to put the floor on.
The Spotted
Okay.
Cow agrees some wind would have been nice. Lieutenant Lucan points out that the British are talking about their hot weather over there, while over there with him it's currently 12 degrees Celsius with cold winds and clouds covering the whole sky.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that sounds lovely. Put a minus in front of that 12 and we have a deal.
I don't like the cold.
Yeah, I
I'd much
know.
rather have it hot than cold.
I'd much rather have it cold than hot.
Okay, how are we looking now? So, Mia, there was a story that you were going to tell.
What?
Do you remember?
No? I'm old and senile. That's the story I keep spinning to everybody here.
There was
It's
something.
classic.
There was something that you said. I'll tell people about. I'll tell that story in chat tomorrow.
It doesn't ring a... Do you have any more details on the alleged story I was thinking of?
No.
brilliant. That's very helpful. On a side note, say hello to Potato, who staggers in
Potato.
here half awake with a nice tea in hand, then saying he is Zir.
Zia?
Zir.
Oh, he's here.
No, he said Zir. But also suggesting a place trade with Lieutenant Lucan.
Oh no, I'd much rather have it in the 20s than the teens.
And Tammy points out you wouldn't want to have it hot if you had to deal with the Texas heat.
I was quite fond of the Louisiana heat in a strange way, which most people like find very odd. But I kind of like the temperature in Louisiana. It's all hot and swampy.
That does not sound like a nice setting to be in.
You'd hate it, Mia.
I already hate it.
Right. So,
In response to Ben Orsa's request for a, space trade, Lieutenant Lucan points out that he's not selling the motherland for Deutschland.
not selling the what for what?
The motherland for Deutschland.
Oh, the motherland.
Yeah, yeah, he's not.
Oh, that is a lot. That's a lot.
What? I didn't
zombies.
see. Go look at it again.
I'm going to.
Oh, hey, look, it's the transition phase. So we're gonna have a problem. I
Oh,
just
God, this
realized
one
why I
hasn't even
can't
been
see
touched.
anything.
Oh no!
Oh no.
They're killing my guards! Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no! This is really bad.
Did all your guards are gone. Do you need to,
Oh, I died. He killed me.
well done.
We need to recruit more. We might want to turn this down while we rebalance it. How about that?
You should probably hurry. You need to click on...
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Can they destroy the flagpole? What happens if they do?
Right, let's turn that to high.
How about you turn it off? Because we will not be able to recover.
Wow.
Doesn't quite qualify as a Zomnado yet, but it looks pretty good.
Okay, let's switch it to none.
How about we have a quick save and restart, see how that...
There isn't that.
You said when you're reloading the game, all the zombie positions get reset, so...
No, I wondered if that was what was happening.
What? Oh, your colonists are dead, by the way. Except for the mining boys, but they're about to die too, I guess. Anyway, Spotted Cow points out that South Norway has 27 degrees, while Northern Norway has 3 degrees. Where is that zombie going? Are they aiming for you?
They're aiming for me, I think, because they've killed everybody else. And they got me. Oh, my word. Okay. Let's run up the stairs again. So, yeah, I was a little worried that... Oh my god, it hasn't stopped.
No, it has not.
I thought that switching it to none would... They are all disappearing at the banner.
is the holy stick saving us?
I'm not entirely sure because
What's the consequence of them touching the banner? Because at the moment it looks like they're not.
kills the.
Oh yeah,
villagers.
that. Okay. Oh, well, that makes sense. It doesn't look like it's dying down.
No, I'm suspecting that. What I'm hoping at the moment is that all the zombies that spawned are still making their way here.
I think Lieutenant Lucan is suggesting that you scorch the earth.
So-
Tammy, on the other hand, is suggesting that you activate a Groundhog Day program. I think she means to reload the day.
There isn't that kind of. I think if I just reload the game, it's like Minecraft. You don't have old saves.
I didn't mean load an earlier save. I mean quickly reload the game entirely. Well, not without, don't close it down, but never mind. We can just wait out until they're all
Yeah,
gone.
Let's see.
Spotted Cow is asking, so it's not like Minecraft peaceful mode? Well, no, there's like a maximum amount of zombies, which the developers increased today.
Yeah. Yeah, so anyone who missed the start of the stream, because I started playing the game a little bit early just to see.
Lieutenant Lucan has a good question. Considering you don't have any colonists left, can you enter the siege mode by destroying the bridge and killing the remaining zombies? Or does the flagpole just eat everything too? The flagpole seems to eat all the zombies.
Oh, the flagpole does eat all the food. Yeah, so we would still lose food.
What do you mean the flagpole eats the food?
Well, we'd be in siege mode. The food goes down.
The food goes down no matter what?
I think.
Well, that's a bit silly.
I don't know. I've never been in a situation before, except in the early game when I've been experimenting with how to get started. I've never been down to just me. Okay, I think we've probably cleared out the zombies.
Bella also points out brains. And Potato's brain is fully booted up enough by now to start thinking logically again. Apparently I said something about idea hunting for videos. I have not yet. Give it time.
Alright. Have they killed everybody?
Yes, they have. The colonists number in the upper left corner says 0.
But are they still down here? Yeah, okay.
Lieutenant Lucan points out that this was the fall of communism, 1991, colorized. Yeah, in green.
Okay. So now
I guess this is what it feels like when you're a parent and you send your children off to school in the morning and then you have the house to yourself.
Right, I have a choice now. I can do one of two things. I can either just recruit all the colonists, put them back, and then slowly turn up the zombies, or I can remove the jobs that we've got down and put the zombies up to maximum, but slowly increase the number of villagers.
I don't see how that's going to work. You were overrun with a full number of colonists.
Well, the number of zombies are dependent on the number of colonists we have. And so I'd recruited colonists and guards at a rate that were balanced with the old settings. So I could recruit slowly. Well, it won't be that slowly. how much food do we have? Is that 284? It's not 2,000, is it?
It's 284. So it's not going to be a whole lot. It'll be about a day's ration with a full number of colonists.
Yeah, I'm not actually going to be able to recruit that many. So I am going to have to pull up the jobs. Put them down again later. Oops. Let's get off there. Yeah, because I'm going to have to control what the people do. And so the first thing we're going to need them to do is to farm, make bread, and guard. Let's go. We won't worry about mining for the moment. We can put that back down later. So we'll pull up this, and I'll pull up the beds as well so that we can control who sleeps
no,
where.
you don't need to have that. They'll always choose the one closest to their current workplace, so removing them is silly.
No, that's not true.
Are you sure?
Uh-huh.
It looked like they were doing that in the past.
They choose the one that is convenient at the time they're going to bed. So if you recruit them at the time that if you recruit them so that they are ready to go to work, then yes, they will go to a bed that's empty nearest where they are. But that's why we had some guards sleeping upstairs and some guards sleeping downstairs, and
Well, that just seems silly.
you just have to be careful about the timing of when you place the beds.
A side note, say hello to Cell Technologies.
And I can also sort out the floors. Hello, Cell Technologies. You've just missed a zombie apocalypse. Here we go.
The developers increased the number of maximum zombies.
Yes, so we tried it, and the new maximum number of zombies is an awful lot. Oops. Okay, didn't mean to do that.
Yes, just punch a hole in the floor. Speaking of that, will we have enough of the treated wood to actually complete the floors?
We might have.
Tel Technologies wants to know, how much is an awful lot? An awful lot so much that everybody died.
Yeah, including me.
Like 3 times.
Alright.
Belos is asking if an awful lot is a
those two.
technical term.
There was an awful lot. Right, remove that. We'll remove that, and that, and that. So...
Cell Technology says, sweet, everybody dies.
yeah, they did. So
Well, the flak prevailed, as you can see. It's still there.
what I'm going to do now... Right, how many jobs have we got? It's 22, so most of those will be guards.
In the light of everybody dying, Lieutenant Lucan is asking if this is a Lobotomy Corporation crossover episode.
I'm going to take up the guard spots. Oops.
You could build a quick guard tower. Just to make it look cooler.
Well, the guard tower would be in the way.
Fine then, don't build a guard tower. Spotted Cow is asking when you're going to get your tickets for the Hell Train.
Get my tickets for the what?
For the Hell Train.
Ah. Right.
Lieutenant
How
Lucan
many
is
jobs
arguing
left?
that
Nine.
the conga line of zombies marching into your colony kind of looked like a train.
9 jobs left, so I should have 2 wheat fields. Yeah. And a baker. Shouldn't be anything up here. So that'd be 3 and 4. So where are the other 5 jobs?
Did you overlook some miners?
Maybe. Let's go see. Ah, yes. One there. Any more down here? Oh, there's one there. So, what else? We want to get it down to 4. So there's 3 more jobs I'm missing.
Potato posts a picture of a melting bunny to illustrate the summer heat wave, which, according to the spotted cow, is not hot enough.
Oh, here they are.
And Cell Technology says it's a corpse train, a corpulent conga line of bodies.
It was. Right, so we'll place down. This is going to be a bit of an experiment to find out what the balance is now. Let's go for bows in the first instance. If I put 2 nighttime bows, move that candle out of the way. Two there, 2 there, and then we'll have some daytime bows. There. And there. And then we'll try some slingers to back them up as well. So let's get some people recruited now. Not sure if I can recruit that many people, but let's find out. Oh yeah, beds. Of course. Right, where did I put them?
In your
In my
hotbar.
inventory.
I thought you were going to quickly fix the floors while you're here.
I will.
But Orsa's asking, what was the story I was going to tell chat today? I don't know. Sal doesn't know.
Yeah, there was something you were going to tell chat about. I can't remember what it was. It was a funny story about something that had happened to you.
That doesn't sound like me. Nothing funny ever happens.
And you said, have I told that story in chat? And I said, no, I don't think you have.
No,
You
still
said
doesn't
maybe
ring a
we'll do that
bell.
tomorrow.
Potato has an idea for a conga line which he'll quickly draw out. Lieutenant Lucan is asking, is it technically possible to produce a really huge amount of food so you can survive siege mode?
I don't know. The food goes down so fast that I don't know if you could generate food at a fast enough rate. Alright, let's see how many...
And we're out of food.
Yeah. Okay.
What do the colonists prioritize? Do they create a healthy mix, or does everybody
I'm
just
not
go
sure.
into, you know...
I mean, by lifting a job up, they will go and find another one. So 2 people have got onto wheat farming.
So if 2 people got to the bakery duty, we've got the food issue solved.
I think I need to pick up... I'll probably pick those up. Once we've got...
Does the
harvest.
Bogart actually have a bow?
Right, let's see. Okay, so we've got our bakers. And we've got 2 farmers. And we've got 1 guard.
Well, we didn't turn the zombies up yet, so it's not
No.
problem yet.
Mm-hmm.
But also is asking, did I visit the German embassy again? No, not yet. Although I got mail from them.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that was nice. Told me, yeah, we're doing things. It's cool, right? That was basically all of it. They told me they still need a while longer.
Did they tell you why they need a while longer?
Because they're working on it? That's normal. That's a thing they do.
Oh.
Potato's suggesting that you redesign your zombie conga line like this to create a more optimized design.
You mean one that is longer?
And apparently has more spaces for guards. As in, look, he put a picture there.
The problem with that one is that the guards won't shoot the guards always shoot whoever's closest, not whoever's most dangerous. So what you've got there is that guards will be ignoring zombies that are closer and shooting ones that are further away. So what we need is more guards.
Like a second story of guards. Something we would put in a tower.
Well, initially, what we can do is make the maze longer and put more guards along here.
But also points out that, to you specifically, that they're part of the German bureaucracy, which is pretty much the only reason they need to take more time with whatever they're doing.
They don't need an excuse, they just can.
Yeah, but
it.
I'm quite happy about the notification for German standards that came reasonably quickly. Not that I was necessarily needing that confirmation, but it's still nice to have. It's like somebody remembered me. Maybe I have a friend there. God, now I need to cry. Like, literally, I don't know why.
Now, a problem we have is that we don't have enough wood to extend that. Anyway, so you see now, Mia, why it was I was taking my time over understanding the balance.
No, I
should
do
have.
not see that. I feel like this was entirely worth it.
I feel as though maybe I should have taken a little more time about the balance. Okay, so now we've got more logs. I can make planks. And I can go and extend the maze. Now, I can jump this gap. I just don't want to. In fact, I think I'm just going to creep around the edge. Because what I can do is put somebody on the end there.
Potato's suggesting that you surround the weird tunnel with guards, so it's a firing squad from all angles. The problem with that is the outside firing squad on, the upper end of your picture would be outside of the safe zone. So zombies would be able to spawn there.
Yeah, has to be inside the safe zone, that's true. But making the maze longer and making the zombies walk past more guards is the simple answer.
Lieutenant Lucan points out that I have visited a German embassy where I saw a man successfully play a lobotomy corporation while signing a report to close down my favorite restaurant.
What?
Rice closing. He's putting a throwback to the last time I was talking about
You
this.
were talking about Rice and about how unhappy you were that they've closed.
Yeah, and now he's making a joke at my expense. It's alright, I forgive you.
What you're here for, isn't it, Mick?
But also points out that if I were to ever work in that kind of field, bureaucracy work, he suspects that I would end up like Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation. Doesn't
it's
ring a bell.
vaguely familiar, but I can't remember. Was Parks and Recreation the spoof about something related to local government?
I don't know. I don't watch TV. But in that relation, Tammy is asking if that would mean that Sal would be Leslie Knoppers. I kind of want to have a Knoppers now.
What's that? What's a Knoppers?
It's a German second breakfast.
Oh.
Consisting of a tiny waffle wafer. It's weird to explain. There's also a common joke about Polish people stealing out German breakfast. I don't know exactly why. But, Belle also tries to hand me a Knoppers. That doesn't really work over the internet. And Tammy points out that the K is silent in Nope. So you would be Leslie Nope. Who's Leslie Nope? Paint us a picture of that person so I can see if it matches Sal and then laugh at her.
Because you know he will.
Well, I can laugh at virtually anything.
Mm-hmm. And so you should.
No, it's pretty weird if I stand in the university and just laugh at a doorknob.
It depends on
Well,
how
look,
funny
that's
the
what a
doorknob
Knoppers is. Oh, that makes it so much easier.
Oh, and that's a breakfast. That looks like a nice.
The advertisement proclaims that it should be eaten for breakfast.
I see. Right, we'll recruit another colonist.
There he goes.
And we can get another one.
Tammy points out that Leslie Knope was played by Amy Poehler. Polar. That didn't help at all, really. I'm really bad with celebrities. Potato wants to know if the game has friendly fire.
No. They could post a guard on the end here to take pot shots at approaching zombies to help thin it down before they get onto the maze.
Lieutenant Lucan wants to know, do the zombies always pick the shortest path towards the player?
Either the player, the flag, or to the colonists. So at the moment they have to come across this bridge here. There's no other way for them to get in.
Unless the developers eventually teach them how to jump.
Oh, well, yeah, or place and remove blocks or anything like that, which at the moment they can't. Right, I'm gonna recruit the next 4 people, and then we'll switch on the zombies and we'll see whether that number of zombies, like how it works, whether it's I'm gonna remove that, and I'm going to go farm this patch now because this is ready to harvest. And I can do a little bit of work myself, so I can plant some trees.
Oh, they've reduced you to the lowly position of a tree farmer.
Yeah, I know.
The nightmare.
Well, that's what happens when you don't take care of your colonists. Oh, of course, except the farmer has decided to go and be a guard instead.
Well, you almost have enough for another colonist.
I do.
So why not just, get another one?
I'm just gonna let them, because they also need to eat. And if we're not producing food at a fast enough a rate for them to eat, they'll die. And they cost 50 food to replace, so we need to make sure that there is enough food to maintain them.
Potato, if you could please send a direct link to the image file instead of to the Yatso page. Sal would be able to see that image too. Silly background information. Potato's playing with more pathing ideas for you.
With more what?
Ways to extend your kill maze?
Ah. Oh, we just need more guards.
Oh no. I suddenly
Quite a few down here as well,
thought
actually.
about wanting to have a calzone.
Oh dear. I didn't mention this to you, Mia, but I had a calzone the other day.
How dare you! How dare you!
Yesterday, in fact.
Oh. Why would you do this to
I
me?
can plant these here, but I don't know. Yeah, I went out for lunch with a colleague, a guy who used to work for me, and he treated me to a calzone.
Ugh. You should have informed me. So I could have come along and pretended to be your twin sister. Would have been very convincing.
I'm sure, with the beard and the deep voice and. All right, let's.
Have I pointed out before that you have a colony of boldies?
No, you haven't mentioned this before. Let's see if we can support another one. How are you guys doing?
No, Potato, not to me directly. Send it directly to chat, you dingus. Like you did with the other pictures.
What happens if I pick that up? Oh, okay. So I can harvest. Look at this. I'm reduced to being a farmer now as well.
The horror.
Just make sure I'm getting enough seeds back. Yes, I am. Give them that wheat to start cooking.
Anyway, while it is a bit quiet, Sal, and to a lesser extent me, have been playing with a silly idea to increase the number of content put out on her YouTube channel.
That wasn't why I thought we'd been...
Well, yes, but if I phrase it like that, it sounds
not
like we're very professional. There you go!
No, it's not. I don't think it does. It sounds like...
Pretentious?
No, it's,
Rude. Inconsiderate.
It sounds wrong.
Ah, okay. So we don't actually care about putting out content.
Well,
Alright,
it's
okay,
not
okay.
about putting out content, is it? We
It's
don't put
about
out content just for the sake of it.
Yeah, fair point. I never really do that. Okay.
And
So it was about being fun.
yeah, exactly. That was
Oh,
why I'd been talking about it. It's like, hey, wouldn't it be fun to do something with chat? Not, ooh, we're a bit low on content. We'd better find a way of creating some.
Yeah, that's the more healthy approach to this.
I didn't realise that you had any other ulterior motive until now.
I didn't. I just keep getting told that the reason why we should have new ideas is because there's currently nothing on the
Are
channel
you
besides the
listening
streams.
to Potato again?
Maybe a little bit.
Oh, me. Told you, warned you about that. He's crazy, you know.
I know you actually
see what
never
I did
mentioned
there?
that.
All right. Have we got enough food? What time day?
Lieutenant
now?
Lucan, to our credit, points out that we should trust him. We are much more professional and pleasant to watch than most of the Let's Play channels on YouTube. That's a low bar, but still thank you.
Yes, thank you very much.
I would know it's a low bar. I had a very, very weird phase as a young, horrible-looking child. Glad those days are over. Where I tried to be a Let's Play channel too. I don't remember it fondly.
Anyway, you were going to tell chat about what we were talking about last night when we were saying, yeah, wouldn't it be a good idea if...
Yes, fun.
Although
Hold on.
I'm a bit worried about how you're going to spin this now in ways that I might not have thought of.
What do you mean?
Do you go on?
How would I make this...
Should I put holes there while I just wait for things to grow and stuff? Food to be made.
On a side note, when do we reintroduce zombies to balance things out again?
Once I've recruited another 2 people.
Oh yeah, for crafting. Okay. Fun idea. I thought, why don't we have another stream? Definitely not to just have more content. Clearly, that's not what we're after.
That was not the idea at all. Yeah.
Yes, that's not what I've been saying at all the entire time either.
Do you go on, me?
Hold on, I apparently confused Bill also by claiming that I've put out content on my own channel. Yes, there wasn't a time before I was Mir. We don't think fondly of that time.
Yeah, this is in a premiere time when he was, what, 11?
How would you know? I never
You've told me you have.
I have?
Mm-hmm.
Why would I?
I remember you talking about it, but I also remember that you were very young.
Yeah, like I said, very, very low bar. You know, about YouTubers are plentiful out there. I know, I've been one. Now, stop interrupting me. I'm trying to get to the fun part. Introducing another stream where we play minor party games with stream chat people. Okay, that didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to.
That wasn't quite how I was thinking of it either.
Well, how about you mention it, since you seem to have a better idea of it?
What I was thinking was, wouldn't it be a good idea to ask chat for suggestions on something where we could all just pile into a game and play something?
Yes.
Something where it doesn't require everybody to have voice, because we had such a lot of fun playing Talisman. But the only people who could join us and play were the people who were able to join on voice. So I was thinking, is there... Mia suggested Trouble in Terrorist Town.
Classic go-to party game.
Mm-hmm. And I thought, yeah, something like that actually I thought be quite good. So anyone who wanted to join in voice could, but it wouldn't be essential, and it'd just be anyone who wants to play.
And the point of this introduction was to gauge interest.
Gauge interest. And to get ideas as to
what sort of games would be adequate, seeing how we need to find games that are widely available to most people. And Belle also has a suggestion. Anything but Talisman.
Yeah, I know, it's not his kind of game.
I thought he just gets war flashbacks from me winning.
No, he didn't like it.
Oh yeah, that too. Belle also is suggesting PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds.
Maybe?
Are you sure it's a competitive shooter game and seems to be... What?
Oh, we're out of food. Okay, so colonists are dying because we're out of food.
Oh well, good riddance.
Move too fast. Well, no, not good riddance at all.
Can you harvest berries yourself? There would be food right there.
No, I can only pick them up and put them down.
Oh, fine then. The signer, say hello to Diekick.
Hello, Diekick.
Who wants to know, is he in time? More or less. You're in half time.
Yeah, don't think that's picking up any berries.
No.
No.
Dang it. Potato is suggesting Drawful 2, Jackbox. I have no idea what Jackbox is. Gary's Mod, you know, that includes Trouble in Terrorist Town. Or Team Fortress 2. Here again, shooter game. Not sure if, Team Fortress 2, like PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, seems to be an unambiguous competitive shooter game, which is not the playful environment we'd be aiming for, if I'm right. Correct me if I'm wrong.
It's not my first choice.
In the same vein as PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, but also suggesting Fortnite. You're stealing this guy's job.
Did I not get any wheat from that? Oh, that was unfortunate. Why did I not get... Oh, is it not... I thought when it was yellow, it was ready.
Oh, well done. The Spotted Cow is suggesting Dungeons and Dragons with Mira as the Dungeon Master. That seems like a good idea, but I feel like the problem with that is that it would exceed the time limit by quite a lot. Also, I'm not a very good dungeon master. Partially due to the fact that I've never been a dungeon master, let alone played the game. Lieutenant Lucan has some funny flashbacks to trouble in Terrorist Town.
Yeah?
Dikick is suggesting RuneScape.
I did play RuneScape for a while, but it's a lengthy game, and really we want something that we could just pick up, play for a couple of hours, and then put down.
Lieutenant Lucan says that there should be some kind of online mafia, werewolf, Town of Salem kind of game that we could all play together, but he's not sure. He will have to, he's not sure if we'll have enough people for that.
Yeah, so anyway, put your thinking caps on, people, and see if we can come up with anything.
They are. I'm just very slow in catching up with chat.
But
also points out that he didn't actually watch most of the Talisman stream because that was on his birthday and he was out of the house for most of it.
Oh, but
you missed me almost winning. I was very good at it until somebody sabotaged me.
But it's, I think I'm right in saying it wasn't something that it wasn't your kind of thing anyway, was it? But yeah, we want something which a large group of us can play.
Potato is arguing that Trouble in Terrorist Town is a shooter game as well. That might be true, but it isn't an inherent shooter game where the main objective is to just shoot people. It's a playful game of deception, introducing a social element that would be fun to interact with.
And that is exactly how a teacher would describe it. Well done, me.
You'd have to describe it like that, otherwise the parents' council of the school is going to fire you. I've been there before. They fired me for a bloody pixel sword. Dikick reminds people that RuneScape is a free-to-play MMORPG and requires almost no computer specs. I think the argument Potato made about a game... Oh no, hold on, that was unambiguously about PlayerUnknown Battleground. Here again, RuneScape seems like a lengthy game, but it's still a good suggestion, I suppose. And Bell also reminds Potato that he wasn't actually serious about any of his suggestions. Yeah, we're not really the best people to play something like Fortnite or PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. That's something you should probably approach Boris with. Dikick, God forbid, is suggesting Space Engineers.
Oh, that would be amazing. If only the multiplayer was working properly.
We tried it on New Year's Eve, and that was a train wreck.
But
the Spotted Cow is suggesting Doom.
Doom. Remind me, what's that?
Doom, the Doom game. Grandfather of first-person shooter games. The Doom. Come on, Doom.
Why can't I remember Doom? I mean,
please don't disappoint me now.
I obviously remember They
had a 2016 re-release of the same game. Okay, that's not really helpful. Doom, you're a dude fighting demons from hell. It's cool. Spotted Cow didn't actually suggest Doom, it just used the Doom command, rolled a 1, and thus will be a spotted toad for the next 3 turns.
I'm gonna have to take some jobs out to...
Did you just remove all the night guys?
Probably.
But also points out that he's perfectly alright with having missed Talisman. He got to see cool military planes up close instead.
Okay.
Potato points out that Tabletop Simulator definitely would have lots of opportunities for, you know, small party-style games.
So how many people in chat have Tabletop Simulator?
That's a good question. Lieutenant Lucan, on the other hand, is suggesting a 30-hour game of Civilization 5. Oh, God. Please don't give her ideas. I can see her pulling through with that. We already had a 36-hour Space Engineer stream. Diekick on Twitch is asking, where's the subscription option? I have no idea how subscribing works on Twitch. They're really weird with it.
I haven't monetized Twitch because it's a lot of work. They want to know my tax details and things. For what I get out of it, it's not really worth my while. So yeah, so we left it so you can just follow.
I don't understand what the functional difference between subscribing and following is for the guy who does it. I mean, don't you already get notified when you follow, apparently? Why would she go the extra mile to subscribe?
So that you can donate.
Why don't you just donate directly instead of going through Twitch?
Well, how would somebody do that if they wanted to donate to you, Nick?
I tell them I don't take alimonies. Almonds. What's the
Almonds?
No, not almonds. Not that's a nut. Almosen. What's that in English? Alimony's probably child support, isn't it? I'm confusing my English words now.
I think it's an American term for the money that someone who's divorced pays their partner.
Oh yeah, that sounds reasonable. Tammy's asking, do you mean alimony? I'm not sure now. How about I look it up while we gloss over the fact that I forgot a word. Okay, they, on this translator website, they claim I mean alms, charity, or pittance. I don't take pittance. There you go. Now I can see. There you go. Yeah, Tammy points out alimony is spousal support. Well, I wouldn't take that either. There you go.
So now you understand the difference, Mia, don't you?
No, I'll immediately forget. Potato points out that he thinks we are looking for something that is cheap, free, and the majority of viewers owns, that can be picked up easily, organized easily, and can be ditched without feeling dissatisfied.
Yeah.
And in response to your question about people owning a Tabletop Simulator, Potato does own it, Diekick doesn't, Tammy doesn't, and the Spotted Cow doesn't either. But also suggesting Hearts of Iron 4 instead. It's basically a digital version of Risk set during World War II. Well, if we're already pulling out the big strategy, boys, we might as well go with the classic and play Age of Empires.
That's a thought, actually. Age of Empires, something like that. You can play, 8 people multiplayer?
Yeah, but you run in the same issue of having to run a game that would last several hours. I mean, sure, we can try it out. Maybe even choose one of the smallest maps.
And I was actually trying to think of a game where people could drop in and drop out rather than needing to be there right at the start.
That too. So that people who join us during the stream also have the opportunity to join in with us, which is something that can be easily done on Trouble in Terrorist Town. They just need to wait for the round to end. But the problem is, Trouble in Terrorist Town is the only example I can think of lately, and that's not really helpful.
Yeah, once Mia's got an idea in his head, it's difficult to think up an alternative. Well, I mean, it's the same for all of us, isn't it?
You should probably put all the wood out of your inventory.
What?
Your inventory is overfilling with wood.
Yes, I know.
You should put it back into the colony.
Going to.
Sure. Say hello to Silent Assassin.
Hello, Silent Assassin.
Who missed the stream yesterday because of work he had to do, but he's back now. Don't worry, you didn't miss too much. All my people just got run over by a train.
Yeah, the train in...
As in, I huddled everybody together in one room. Xeron forgot to pick up the bloody tickets. Maybe because I forgot to tell him to pick up the tickets. And then Ralph was the only one who survived by being sent up to talk to the floating skull of sins. Anyway.
Yeah. And what you've missed at the beginning of this is that there has been a change to... The devs have put out an update which has changed the zombie settings. And we thought, let's experiment with that.
There were too many zombies.
We died very quickly. So now, working on trying to recover.
Sal Assassin wants to know what we're talking about as he joined stream chat. We had the silly idea of introducing an additional stream.
Hang on, that makes it sound like a regular thing where
All
I'm
right.
saying, like, let's just...
We have the silly idea of streaming with stream chat, a silly little party game like Trouble in Terrorist Town, and we're hoping to get some feedback from people who might want to join us on if they can join us, and if they can, if they have better suggestions than I do.
Yeah, so the idea is we're trying to think of a game which is a party kind of game so that people can join and we can just play for a while till we're all fed up and then we'll stop. Where it's not a sort of an investment in time.
Ugh.
A game that lots of people will have.
Is Minecraft.
A game where you can drop in and drop out.
Is Minecraft.
Like Minecraft.
Oh, you're still listing requirements. I thought you were starting a sentence with a suggestion. Never mind then. Where was I?
Something where we don't need voice and you don't need to be there at the start. And where you can either be in chat or if you've got a microphone, you can join us on voice. But yeah, trying to think of something that would fill all those requirements. And there's so many thousands of games out there. There must be something.
I spotted Cow suggesting the Euro Truck Simulator.
Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually.
It's a nice and decent game, but it's really difficult to meet up, especially if you don't have voice chat. And then once you do meet up, you just get, tossed over in a roundabout and lie there forever. That reminds me, I can't play Euro Truck Simulator until next year out of fear that I'm still lying there.
What's next year got to do with anything?
It's the next Stream Vesta when we'll be doing this again.
Ah. Yeah, it's a thing now, isn't it?
Clearly, we've done it twice, so it has to happen
It's
again.
a tradition. So we always start Stream Vesta with Euro Truck Simulator.
Ooh. Spotted Cow, again, is suggesting Space Engineers. Again, it would be lovely stuff if the game works.
It'd be a perfect game if multiplayer was stable. I know they are testing new multiplayer code at the moment, so...
Yeah, but have you looked at them?
What?
I'm trying to make a weird analogy about them being incompetent depending on their looks.
What?
It's not working out. Anyway, Tammy points out that she doesn't own Minecraft. So doesn't Silent Assassin. But Ralph has Minecraft. Say hello to Ralph.
Hello, Ralph.
Lieutenant Lucan wants to know if anybody has Generals a General 0 hour. Can't say that I've ever heard of it.
No, not one that I've heard of either.
Diecake is suggesting the American Truck Simulator instead. I don't know. American streets are so... American. That might be a problem. Silent Assassin points out that this sounds like an interesting and fun idea. He'd be down for it if the playing times are the same as the stream times.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking was that we know that this time of day is a good time of day for most people in chat because
You're in chat.
Yeah.
Ralph is suggesting Cards Against Humanity.
Ah.
Although I suppose...
Is that something we can play without voice though?
It is funnier with voice chat, I believe, but in theory it should be possible without. Although I do believe you'd require something like Tabletop Simulator to actually play it properly.
But
The Spotted
That's what
Cow is
Boris-
looking forward to me and Boris starting the next year on our sides.
yeah, you see, I've bought my own truck, so I didn't get involved in any of those shenanigans. I stayed back and let you guys just trash your own trash. But because aren't you both in hire vehicles?
Yes, we are.
Hmm.
Oh no, do you mean our hired vehicles will expire?
I guess.
Oh no.
It's supposed to be a log. Oh no, that one's a log.
Sound Assassin is suggesting that we could wait 4 to 5 years for him to finish making a game. Well, if we're all still around in 4 to 5 years and I don't suddenly die, I have a tendency of doing that occasionally. Sure, I'd be up for it. Potato points out that if maybe they're all good boys and girls, they'll maybe get a stream with Minty Claus?
Oh yeah, that was something else we thought was that we could.
Who's Minty Claus? Was that a weird autocorrect from Minty Jones? Why would it correct Jones? But yeah, we thought about having quote-unquote celebrity guests come along to this, if we can get them. Superstars like Anubis.
If that's.
I'm selling it too
Wasn't-
much again.
It's not real. I just think of them as our mates rather than let's bring in a bunch of superstar celebrities. It's like, and wouldn't it be fun? We can see if Boris can make it.
Yeah, that's
Let's
the
see
fun way to describe it. I described it in a business sense. Never mind then, I'll stop talking. Sound Assassin wants to know who's Minty. He's one of our mates.
You would find, yeah, Minty's got He's someone that we do multiplayer gaming with every so now and then. And
When we're still playing Space Engineers together, he built a spaceship that looked like a stapler. Fun times. He also has a tendency to be very, cursy.
He's a bit cursy. He's got a bit of a potty mouth, but he's very funny.
He has his own
He's a good
YouTube
guy.
channel
He's
where he puts out himself being angry at things most of the time. There was also one very good video where he filmed himself drinking coffee or something. Masterpiece. And I mean that sincerely. Bill also points out that Generals and Zero Hour are part of the Command and Conquer franchise.
Ah.
Oh yeah, okay. Tammy points out that I would be quite correct with my statement about American steeds being American. And Ralph points out that we don't necessarily need voice chat for Cards Against Humanity. And Ralph also points out that there's also a browser version of Cards Against Humanity, which wouldn't require the tabletop simulator.
Oh.
That is good to know. I might be fairly far behind on chat if that's only coming up just now.
Oops.
The Spotted Cow points out that it has its own truck too, and it got on its side as well. Did we make a joke about having tipped over a cow? If we didn't, I'd be mildly upset.
Oh dear. Somehow that sounds like something that should be offensive to Spotted Cow.
What?
Cow
That's-
tipping.
Yeah, but that's like a cultural thing. Cows do that, right?
No, people do it to cows. Cows don't do it.
Clearly cows would do it to each other too. Lieutenant Lucan says, so if we talk about a game of deception, there is definitely Town of Salem, as he's already suggested earlier, which is pretty much just like Trouble in Terrorist Town without the shooting. It's free, they sell it on Steam, but he thinks you can just play it through the browser. It also doesn't require voice chat, because the communication is done through the in-game's text chat, and it sounds like a good option. I'd had no idea that there was a browser version of that game too. I'll definitely note that down. Potato points out that we'll definitely all be nuclear ash before we die of old age. Excuse me, I prefer myself to be nuclear rust. Potato points out that when he was talking about minty claws, he was referring to a mix of Minty and Santa. Why would you turn Minty into Santa Claus? But also points out that I'm behind on chat.
Yeah, I'm guessing.
Well, thank you. I was aware of that beforehand too, but there we go. Lieutenant Lucan says there is DEF CON, a wonderful kid-friendly party game about nuclear war. I don't like the 2-block high doorways. They feel low. Feels like I'm scraping my head against the ceiling walking under them.
It looked weird though, moving it one further up.
Fair point. You're the designer. Sam Assassin is asking, what about bingo?
Bingo. Let's try getting another colonist.
The Spotted Cow points out that nobody made the cow tipping joke on New Year's Eve. And humans can't actually tip a cow. Cow tip cows all the time, but not
Do they?
humans. Apparently. Well, clearly it's coming from the spotted cow, a professional. We should trust it.
Indeed.
You should extend that log over there.
What log?
To your right, ceiling. Lieutenant Lucan says, and if we want to set the bar really low, there is SCP's secret laboratory. What's that one about? Sound Assassin points out that SCP's secret laboratory doesn't work all the time, which is why Lieutenant Lucan pointed out that he set the bar really low. Well, I'd still be curious what it's about.
Daytime. Oh god.
Potato is suggesting a game of Texas Hold'em, and at the end of the stream the person with the biggest amount of money is the winner. Are we aiming for traditional card games?
Wasn't really strictly thinking of anything in particular. Which is why I wanted to ask chat and see what chat thought.
There we go.
Okay, the 3 beds, but I want to wait till those guys have gone to bed.
Couldn't we already start on the next floor of farm?
Yes. So, yes, I can do a bit of building work, but I can't actually recruit anybody to do anything about it.
Fair point. But, well, if the building is done, I mean, at the moment, I assume we're waiting for food to build up, right?
Yeah.
There we go. Here is a joke by Sound Assassin, who points out that he sucks at jokes. He tipped a cow once, but it didn't give it much cause. It spilled his dinner with its hooves. I don't get it.
Like tipping a waiter.
Oh! Oh, but I didn't give it much. Okay, I get it now. What a poor joke. Well done. Silent Assassin points out that the trees look like dirt.
Yeah, the logs and the dirt do look quite similar. The textures are a bit different. I can see the difference when they're next to each other. Let's show you.
Dirt is more crinkly. Oh no, now they look exactly the same, thank you. Here's a suggestion from Potato. Uno. Or, if we all want to hire hitman on each other, Monopoly.
So that one's wood, and that one's dirt.
The right one just looks like dry dirt. No offense. Ooh, if Lieutenant Lucan would want to reach the very bottom of his suggestions, he would suggest Dota 2.
Suggest what?
Dota 2.
Ah.
They'll also point out that this is just his opinion, but the one thing he liked the most about last stream Vesta's viewer participation and the Talisman stream before that was the ability to actually directly talk to the Nidites via voice chat. So specifically excluding that exact part seems like a downgrade.
Yeah, well, I'm not thinking that we exclude it. We just if we can find something that you can play with or without,
that would be a benefit, because there might be some people who want to join us but are a bit shy about their microphone quality or their voice, whatever have you, and they'd still like to join. So if we have something that allows them to play without using voice chat, that'd be cool. But of course, those people who'd want to, there'd still be the option to actually participate in voice chat.
Yeah.
Silent Assassin is suggesting Trump the game. Never heard of it.
Oh, I used to play that when I was a kid. Like with the trump cards. I presume it's the same thing.
I don't know.
I wasn't asking you really, I was asking Silent Assassin. Like the card game where you get like a pack of trump cards. It sounds like people are up for the concept if we can come up with a suitable game between us.
Yeah. Potato points out that his voice on the internet is a horrendous experience, but he still chooses to stream with a microphone every week at 8 PM GMT+1 on Saturdays. It's all a question of confidence. If you get over that initial hurdle, you'll eventually feel comfortable enough to keep on doing it. And eventually it'll turn into a rewarding experience.
Depends on the quality of your microphone and your setup and stuff like that. So we know that if you want to play in a big group multiplayer thing, then there's a sort of minimum quality to microphones. Like you need to be of a certain volume. Some background sounds don't work.
For example, loud screaming children. Please don't bring them along.
So yeah, for some things it's just better to, like in some circumstances, voice chat doesn't work for everybody.
Speaking of that, in an effort to be fair, Bell also points out that I basically just described himself, because that's exactly what he did during the Space Engineers multiplayer part of last Stream Vesta. Listen, but not talk. You see, and enabling that is perfectly alright. Sam Assassin points out that he was talking about the Donald Trump board game from 1989.
Oh. That I don't know.
I didn't know that either, but alright. Sam Assassin is also asking, ooh, do you have Susanis? Ooh, hi.
Sorry, Silent Assassin is what?
Sorry, Silent Assassin is suggesting, what if we played a game with Twitch integration that gave complete power to the chat? Could you bring up a few examples? The Spotted Cow is asking about Terraria, Ark, Farming Simulator 2017. Farming Simulator 2017 is multiplayer?
Actually, I would be quite up for the idea of us all just building a farm.
That's because you're currently stuck in a farm.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of farming just at the moment. It's true.
Lieutenant Lucan, in response to me saying don't bring screaming children along, is asking, so how would he be able to play the game then? Are you implying that you are the screaming child, in which case we'll probably be alright with you? Or do you just have a litter of screaming children in the background? If so, may I suggest distracting them? I don't know what children like these days. Throw them a chunk of raw meat out of the door and see them all run after it, and then you have a few moments of peace and quiet. We're fairly lenient with background noise. We accept potato and a screaming bird. So as long as it's not a constant wail, we'll be alright with it. Potato is suggesting the Borderlands series, Viscera cleanup detail, and a Minecraft farming pack.
VCD might be fun.
Yeah. Bell also points out that he would be up for trying VCD. He never played it himself, but he watched us play it over the course of Streamvester, I assume, and it looked like fun.
Yeah.
Silent Assassin is asking what VCD is. Viscera Cleanup Detail is the Space Janitor game.
Do you want to expand on that a little, Mia?
You play a space janitor who's cleaning up something in space.
So the premise of the game is that instead of being one of the hero fighters who've been out saving the universe, you're one of the people who cleans up after the heroes have all left.
So basically there's a lot of dead people around that
There's
you just
an
need
awful
to...
lot of body parts and guts and gore, and
Yeah.
your job is to incinerate the things that need incinerating.
Silent Assassin knows
Not
the
incinerate
game.
the things that shouldn't.
He just wasn't familiar with the acronym. Silent Assassin is suggesting Barotrauma. It's a good game to play with other people. It's free and fun. Could you elaborate on Barotrauma a bit? I've never heard of it so far. But also, in the meantime, is suggesting Ark Survival Evolved.
There's a slight problem with Ark, and that's the dinosaurs.
Ah, good.
Can't jump that far.
Bell also points out that his main fascination with Viscera Cleanup Detail actually came from Salad Anubis playing VCD way before the last Stream Vista. Fair point. I tend to put these things under the rug.
Yeah, I think VCD, you might be able... It might be a drop-in, drop-out as well.
It sounds like it, yes.
I'm not sure, but haven't we had times where we were playing, like maybe me and you and Apple or something like that, where there's been disconnections? So
Yeah, and I just reconnected and suddenly I was a woman or something.
yeah, that's true. There are downsides to joining partway through the game.
Are you implying that being a woman is a downside?
Not having control over your character, I would consider a downside.
Yeah, okay. You dodged a bullet there. Well done. Bernie, hold on a second. Had a slip there. Bell also is amused at the idea of you having just a slide problem with Ark. And Silent Assassin is suggesting Ultimate Chicken Horse Streamline Cluster. Put some spaces in between your suggestions, please. Ultimate Chicken Horse, Streamline, Cluster Truck, Choice Chambers, Super Fight Party. No, hold on.
Well, maybe
Super Fight,
maybe it
Party
does
Hard.
It might be that he's put them all on separate lines, and the way it's come through to restream means that there's no gaps.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. But, you know, there's a comma button. I'd recommend it, even if you put it into new lines. Sorry. Anyway, those are all some of the games with Twitch integration, and he's sure there are lots more that he doesn't know of. What's the... I'm aware of Ultimate Chicken Horse. What's the Twitch integration like with that?
Doing for food, we can recruit somebody else.
Sound Assassin points out that yes, they were on separate lines, and he's sorry he forgot commas. It's alright. You're forgiven. You didn't actually apologize, but I factored it in to make me seem better. But also points out that the message also looks really silly on Twitch. So it's not just me who's having problems reading that out. Potato says that he doesn't own it, but what about Project Zomboid? I have some fond memories of that game.
It's not a start it stop it game though, and it's not a pleasant one to drop in on there. It is a really good multiplayer game.
It sure is, but if you join in at a later point, all the good resources in the area you'll most likely spawn will already be gone, and will be on the other side of the map, living out a retirement on a farm. And for you to run towards us will be a frustrating task. Spotted Cow suggesting Factorio. Here again, I don't think that's a drop-in kind of game. Really good multiplayer game, yes, but you can't just drop into a factory and then immediately know what to do. Or do you disagree?
No, I'm just liking all these ideas though. Wondering how we can use some of these ideas in other ways. So I was thinking about, so my initial thoughts were for a one-off thing like we did with Talisman, where it was like, let's all meet up on such a time at such a day, but I wanted something that was a bit more drop in, drop out. But I'm thinking that maybe we could look at doing something that's got a bit of a longer life to it as well.
You mean turn it into a stream series where we have something like a Minecraft world that'll only be active during the stream and then we watch it evolve during the stream?
Maybe.
Maybe even put a certain goal to it, like we erect a statue of Mir.
As
it's a work in progress goal.
Example.
Well, it's better than building a giant sedan holding hands with a toaster. No, it's not really better. It's better for my ego, yes, but it's not really better overall. Do you have enough beds?
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm going to put one down now. Let's see if did the bakers take the upstairs beds. One of them did. The other one.
Find the other baker.
Some random place.
Find the other baker, delete his bed, make him move.
I wouldn't know which one he is.
He's wearing a shirt that's unlike all the others. It's probably the one to the left.
The green one. Okay, so they
green ones are farmers.
Yeah. Orange ones are guards. Is that the same orange as that? It might be.
Yes.
I think
so it's this guy.
Probably this guy.
You should probably remove the bed next to him too. Well, off you go.
Go to bed upstairs.
In the meantime, Potatoes found the perfect game for Sal to stream. It's called Jurassic World Evolution. And the Spotted Cow points out that this is exactly why they put me as a foreman, so I can put new ones to work as our slaves. What? I don't quite follow. When was I a foreman? I mean, I'm not opposed to the idea.
I quite fancy playing Raft multiplayer. I've
Raft
never seen
is
it.
multiplayer?
Yeah.
Oh.
Apparently it plays quite smoothly, but I mean, I don't even know if my computer can play Raft, never mind Raft multiplayer. But I quite like the idea of it.
How would that work? Do we all get our own raft?
You all spawn. I don't know how it makes sure that you're local to each other or anything like that. I know no details. I haven't seen anyone do it. All I know is that it's a thing, and apparently it runs smooth.
Spotted Cow points out that I should be the Factorio foreman. That's what it meant.
Ah, yeah, I see that.
Potato's suggesting if we could all go to VR chat. I'm pretty sure that wouldn't work. The majority of us, if not virtually everybody here, doesn't have a VR headset. So we wouldn't really get anything out of joining that, I suppose. Bell also says, so it's settled then. Next week on Friday at 8 PM GMT plus 1, we'll all be playing Ark Survival Evolved on stream with Salad Mir.
Oh, too scary.
Potato points out that VR chat can be played without VR headsets. But what's the point in playing it then? Potato points out it would just be a 3D hangout to chat about random things of randomness. Well, yeah, but we could do the same thing by playing golfing with friends and being slightly more proactive about it. Golfing with friends sounds like a nice idea. I like friends.
It's limited in its numbers, though.
Fair point. San Assassin says that Barotrauma is a game where you pilot a submarine with a crew. Each person can choose a job. For example, doctor, captain, mechanic, security guard, and engineer. You can create your own submarines. There are a few different modes, a lot of different sea monsters to hunt down or run away from, alien artifacts, runes, and more. And it's a lot of fun with people you know and has a good amount of content. We could watch Kraken play the game to get a better idea or understanding of the game and its possibilities.
Now, I did like that about Pulsar, that we could each take different jobs and work in the same vessel towards a common goal. I quite like that.
Yeah, makes for a really good multiplayer game, but here again I'd like to argue that this doesn't sound like something that you can easily drop in and out of. And there is the issue of communication in these types of games being a top requirement. Similarly, if you would play Guns of Icarus, where you virtually do the same thing with an airship, you need to be able to shout at the guys downstairs whether or not you need the engine repaired or if the guns need reloading or something. Silent Assassin is asking if I liked his commas. Yes, they were very pleasing. Well done. Although now I feel bad for having pointed it out to you. The Spotted Cow is suggesting golf with enemies then.
Golf with enemies.
That's what that's what it feels like playing with Boris. He's too good at the game. Potato is suggesting Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 multiplayer.
I wonder how that works, because we've played it with what, 3 or 4 of us, haven't we?
Yeah.
And that was good fun. I wonder how it would be if there was.
I mean, put it like that. We'd run out of money really quickly. And unless somebody has his hand on the money cheat, we'll run into a dead end almost immediately. But it sounds like a fun experience. Cell Technologies, on the other hand, is suggesting Open Transport Tycoon. Does that have a multiplayer too? I'm learning a lot about multiplayer games today. He also suggests Open RA. I'm not sure what that is. Please elaborate. In the meantime, Lieutenant Lucan is asking if we can just play Gary's Mod Dark Roleplay.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Then he says, no, we can't. It would basically just be a 3D hangout where we pretend to be a person and then wander around and do that job in Gary's Mod.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I've not heard that one before.
It's a mod similar to Trouble in Terrorist Town, just more for the roleplay-oriented people. Sam Assassin says that if he wins a copy of Raft, he'll play it.
I am gonna attempt Very High Zombies.
But just once, though.
I'm just putting it on for the daytime for the moment, because I need to learn the balance.
While we wait for the zombies, Sal Assassin points out that Barotrauma is easy to drop in and out of in each session and can respawn in a separate vessel, I assume. There is also text chat in-game, and you can play with voice chat or without microphones. I shall certainly take a look at it. OpenRA is Open Red Alerts. So another strategy game. They seem to be handling this rather well, although you might
This is nothing like the quantity we had before, though. I think we might need to...
We're in for a Zomnado soon.
Yeah, because that's
although, if you keep running this, you need a crafter
I know.
to supply them with arrows, and that means you need a miner.
I know.
Ooh.
Well done, Mia. You're getting to grips with the game. Before I go that far,
I'm pretty sure this joke only works in reading. I can't. I'd need to point at it to make you understand why this is funny.
I don't.
It's like Friends, but with enemies.
Oh. Friends like the show.
Yes. They also have those weird dots in the title. Never mind.
I see.
Sam Assassin watched someone play the multiplayer version of Raft, and apparently they all spawned on the same raft. And that seems like a bit of a problem. It's really tiny.
Is it a bigger raft?
Probably not. They have to make it bigger.
I quite like the idea of playing multiplayer Raft, especially if that means I don't have to get into the water with the shark.
Potato is suggesting Gary's Mod Slenderman.
Oh, I don't know that one either.
It's a jump scare game. It's where you need to run through the woods, collect some weird childish drawings, and then you'll die.
I do remember watching something where there were people running through the woods.
Are you sure you put this on very high? This looks really calm so far.
Yeah, I know, and that's what sucked me in last time. I remember I stood here watching for a little while. It's like, oh, looks like this is fine. And then walked away, did a bit of building, and before we know it, we've got that just wall-to-wall conga line of zombies coming through.
What if it only happens if you're not looking at them? The Spotted Cow is asking, what about medieval engineers, despite the Spotted Cow not really liking the game?
My computer can't play it at the moment.
Bell also points out the colony will get destroyed in 3, 2. Silent Assassin confirms that, yes, the raft's still the same size as if you'd play it alone.
Oh my word, so you start off on a 4x4, well, it's a 2x2 squares, isn't it?
Yes.
Is there a limit to the number of people you can have?
Let's have 60 people on the bloody raft.
Oh, well,
And we must build a boat.
If there's no player collision, it might be possible.
Let there be player collision. I want to push people off. Here, shark. How about we appease you with this sacrifice, and in return you leave us alone?
I suppose if it can only attack one person at once.
See?
Or do you get one shark per person?
No, I don't want to have 60 sharks around this. This seems a bit excessive.
Otherwise, you could...
There is player collision in raft.
Mia, you're a meanie. He is, isn't he?
Cell Technologies points out that at the moment everybody seems to be playing raft. And Cell Technology says it's only one shark. Then Lucan points out that playing raft with that many people would quickly turn into King of the Hill.
Yeah. Except you can build yourself a bigger hill.
Or you can remove the hill from under other people.
Yeah. I mean, not only is that being mean, but that's a waste. That you're wasting resources.
Oh. Well, it wouldn't be wasting resources if it means I get to live. On a side note, can you remove every piece of the raft? What will happen?
You end up in the water.
Can you build a new raft? Or do you lose if you do that? Silent Assassin says that Hidden, Source Beta 4B, is another good game. There is one group of people who play as some Seekers, military type, and then there's one person who plays as the Hidden, who's just invisible, can climb walls, jump really far, and has a knife and some other supernatural powers. And his objective is to stab everybody or freak them out a bit. Oh, here's your mistake, you're looking away.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody dies.
I've only got daytime zombies switched on at the moment.
Oh, okay.
So...
Cell Technologies remembers the Hidden and points out that it's relatively old. Well, just because it's old doesn't mean it can't be a ton of fun, says Silent Assassin. The game's also free. Then Lucan points out that the Hidden is also a game mod for Gary's Mod. But it's pretty creepy there. Potato suggesting human fall flat. Isn't that kind of like Gang Beasts? Beats? I forgot how to...
Gang beasts.
There you go. We'll also post a picture of a car he's recently seen at the parking lot of the local hospital. Looks like a nice paint job. He's not quite done, but you know.
Actually, I need to leave one down. Alright, I'm gonna increase the colonists by 1.
As opposed to Gang Beasts, Potato points out that Human Fall Flat is more of a puzzle game. Then again, Potato suggesting we could also just play Worms. Cell Technology says that everything can be creepy if you try hard enough.
I don't have to try very hard. Alright, let's see how the daytime goes.
Cell Technologies is wondering why we're suggesting random free multiplayer games.
Oh, we maybe didn't. Cell must have joined us after we explained what we were up to. Yeah, want to play a game with everybody. So we're looking for a game where we can play it, where people can drop in and drop out, ideally, and where you can join in voice if you've got it and you want to, or you can, or if it still works if you don't have voice.
Oh, the spotted cow's leaving
bye,
us.
spotted cow.
Farewell, in a good mood to you too.
Yeah, just fancy doing something with chat. But then people have come up with some good ideas of multiplayer games where we could maybe play it over a longer period. Isn't making Discord channels free? Yes. Yeah. But not everybody... Well, not everyone has a good microphone.
And some people just might not want to, you know, speak openly in front of other peoples because they might be a bit shy, which is perfectly reasonable.
So technical, environmental, or just not wanting to difficulties.
There you go.
Yeah, so we want to make, because I know this from when we were playing Talisman, and we were looking for 4 to 6 people to play Talisman, and quite a lot of people in chat would have liked to have played but didn't have a microphone, didn't have either a good enough microphone or were in some other way were not capable of doing voice. So yeah, I'd like to play something, drop it, so something like VCD.
Well, it's alright, but we don't necessarily need communication.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
have the means to indicate what we want to happen in the game.
Yeah, and if we were streaming it, we could, if we pass a message on and it takes 30 seconds to a minute to get to you, then that would still be okay.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cell Technologies points out that he doesn't have a good microphone, nor can he speak English. Which is alright, as Sal just pointed out. We're looking for games where not everybody has to be able to communicate with us through voice chat. That's the idea behind this. Sal Assassin is suggesting we could play Who Gets Snow First, and points out that it never snows there. Well, that's a bit unfair. The Spotted Cow probably's already won.
Yeah.
On a serious note, I'm dying. I do that occasionally. That also points out that he thinks VCD is the best game for this kind of activity you're looking for. Voice chat is not needed because the objective of the game is clear and coordination is also not needed. And it looks like people can just drop in and out at random. Cell Technologies is also asking VCD, Viscera Cleanup Detail, you play the space janitor. Silent Assassin, that's not what VCD stands for.
Very candy.
Oh look, now it's starting. Oh no, it's disappointing again.
Well, I've got it on daytime only. But what I noticed was that it seems to take a while to build up steam, or for the zombies to walk in. I'm guessing that they spawn over a very large distance. Let's have a look and see if I can confirm that. Yeah, you see the spawning. It might be because I'm built on the side of a hill, actually, because that's not very far away in XZ coordinate terms. It's just relatively far away when you take into account the Y coordinate. So they're spawning in the daytime, but it takes them a long time to get here. And then because they're not spawning at night, they're thinning out.
Tammy points out it's the march of the zombies. It's not quite the conga line we had at the start, but...
No, but I think what we had going on there, and it would happen again now, is if I also switch on nighttime zombies, it would take just as long to build up to sort of maximum zombie. And you wouldn't have the nighttime, like you wouldn't have the break where they clear down. We could try it and see what happens.
Potato hopes that I'm writing all these ideas down because Stream Chat basically just tossed a massive amount of ideas plus the endless pastabilities of Minecraft holes at me. Don't worry, Restream is doing that automatically. Cell Technologies points out that everyone likes pasta. Yeah, they're quite nice. Although it confuses me that according to the British, everything is pasta. You can't just call things noodles anymore.
No, noodles are the Japanese version.
In German, everything's noodles.
Yeah, but how do you tell them apart then?
You don't, it's noodles. Silent Assassin believes that custom Minecraft skins were hacked recently. He corrects, not quite hacked. They had viruses in most of them. How do you put a virus in a custom Minecraft skin, and how would that affect me? I guess I do download the image file of the skin when I'm playing on a server with a person who's using that skin, but still, seems a bit silly. How would something like this happen? Anyway, Silent Assassin points out that you just call things either noodles or spaghetti. Then again, Cell Technology says that spaghetti is the original noodle.
Yeah, I think of pasta as being anything that's made out of
Italians.
wheat. Yeah, the Italian style.
Poor Italians.
Dish. Whereas noodles is Japanese or Chinese or...
Tammy says you
Oriental
buy pasta and you make noodles. Anyway, I just realized that this is the end of the stream.
Oh gosh, is it that time?
Oh yeah, it's been time for like 3 minutes. Why did nobody tell me?
Oh, I would have turned on the... Oh, let's just turn it on before... Let's see.
Feel free to do that while I read out the last few chat messages.
Let's find out if it would have been catastrophic. Because then, if it is and it destroys everything, I can fix it all back up offline. Like off camera. So we now have daytime, very high daytime and very high nighttime zombies. And we have over half of our colonists are guards and they're well armed, so...
But they only have about 300 arrows left. Well, also points out that us claiming anything made out of Italians as pasta would imply that we were referring to Soylent Green. Tammy points out that nobody said overtime tickles. And Cell Technologies wishes that nobody would notice the time. Well, don't worry, just wait a couple of hours and then you'll get to enjoy the wonderful space star. Well, I'm not very good at sounding this. That Anubis gets to experience in his stream. It's quite enjoyable. I had the lucky opportunity to see one of his recent streams live for once again. He streams at unreasonable times for, normal people.
Yeah. It's a shame.
At least the the local perception of normality here. He might have a different local normality standard. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this so far, I'm doing that thing now, and would like to see Sal manage more bald people, hopefully, and maybe even get back to the promise of researching stuff next week. She will be next week. She will be back next week. I butchered this entirely. Come back on Thursday next week at 8 PM GMT +1. Well, Sal will be playing more of this. Alternatively, if you'd rather watch me do something silly, I will be playing Dark Messiah of Might and Magic next Wednesday at 8 PM GMT +1, also here on Sal's channel. Alternatively, if neither of us are your particular cup of tea...
Or even if we are, and you want more of a similar sort of thing?
Or that... Thank you. Now I need to incorporate that into the standard script. You're making things complicated. We've also got a fruity cocktail on offer, which applies to be Potato, who will be streaming the Disney version of Final Fantasy, which is, I believe, Kingdom Hearts. Something about pregnant women in the night. I forgot the subtitle again. But Pregnant Women in the Night sounds reasonable. This Saturday at 8 PM GMT +1 on his own Twitch channel, which is crazy_potato and I think a 1. But it'll also be hosted on Sal's channel for easier access for you people. And there you go. I've done the outro now. Do I just click the button, or do you have anything to say? Are we waiting for a conga line to end this, or are you just...
Well, I want to watch it and see what happens.
The stream chat want to watch in silence.
But yeah, people who have VCD have a think about it, whether it sounds like a good idea, I think.
Wow, look at that! The two end guards, there are shooting zombies that come down the hill.
Yeah,
you should definitely put some on that strip over there.
It's where do I take them from? So if they're shooting the ones coming down the hill, they're not shooting the ones coming through the front door.
A fair point.
So, which is why you get the zombies to walk through a maze, is so that your guards prioritise shooting the ones that are most dangerous.
But the ones that don't make it down the hill won't end up at your doorstep, so it's a win anyway.
They can only shoot at a certain speed. So when they're shooting the ones coming... They only shoot the ones coming down the hill when there's nobody on the maze.
People are saying bye a lot, by the way.
Yeah. Alright, bye everybody. I'm going to sit here and watch it, but yeah, you can call the stream to an end, Mia.
That implies I can also not call the stream to an end and just watch in silence. I should mute both our microphones and just let this run for the rest of the night. Well, for the rest of those 200 arrows you still have. It also points out that the police is coming because we're late. So I guess I'll press the button now. Goodbye!
Bye!